Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony and this is TC's Outdoors, and that is my all-wood birch vertical. And today we're going to talk about some specs and we're going to do a little run in it. I've put 2 cords or so through this thing and I feel pretty comfortable now that I've run it a little bit, telling you what I like and telling you about the features of this bad boy. So we'll go over the power plant first. It is powered by a Honda GX390 that starts right up and has 0 issues so far. Obviously I've only put probably 4 hours, 5 hours on it, but it's been a great little runner so far. It is a bit thirstier than my county line, but that's to be expected. It's 12 horsepower and it's pushing a 24 gallon a minute pump right here that's attached to the 24 gallon hydraulic tank. So it does not currently have, or I don't think they're going to offer, I'm not sure, I'd have to talk to Bobby, but they don't offer a hydraulic cooler as of right now. Comes standard with this big log lift that I have not found anything it wouldn't lift up yet. It's pretty substantially sized. I don't know the exact dimensions of it, but it's big and definitely is powerful. The biggest difference between this splitter and all the other vertical splitters on the market is that right there. So that is the valving. It is electric over hydraulic. So you see these electrical connections on the top here. That is how the valves are actuated. So there is no mechanical linkage. It's all done with switches that are right here in this box. This is the log lift. So return is up, extend is down, return is up and extend is down, and that's for the wedge. So if the wedge is in auto, this is not enabled. You have to turn it off, go down to manual, and that's how you would enable using this switch right here. Off, nothing, it does nothing. And auto is all controlled on that prox right there. So this switch reads the top bolt of the back of the wedge. So wherever you set this, no matter where, it will stop as soon as it hits that first bolt right there. So it's got a 4-second, it's got a 4-second cycle time. So, and that's all the way up to 20 inches. So if you were going to cut that down to 16 inches, obviously your cycle time is going to be slower. And even still, if you wanted to go down and make like 8 or 9 inch wood for like the mini campfire pits or whatever, the solo stoves and stuff like that, your cycle time is going to be like lickety split. So pretty neat. And as far as the wedge control, when it's in the automatic state, it's controlled by that foot pedal right there. So that foot pedal, there's a cord that goes to it, or from it, sorry, all the way up to that valve. And if you see, it is mounted on aluminum plate. That aluminum plate was not standard. I added that because the first time I ran it, I was pushing it all over the place underneath there and I was really struggling to find it, and it was time consuming and frustrating. So I can put it wherever I want it. So all I have to do is just stick my toe in there and hook my heel, and the plate pulls up against the bottom of my foot. So I can just kind of, without reaching down, I can move the pedal wherever I need it. It still does slide around a little bit down there. I may drill a couple holes and add some long bolts just to jab into the ground. I'm kind of worried about that. If the ground was frozen, I don't know what would happen. Then it would be sitting at an angle, and so we'll see. Maybe I can just get used to this like this. But either way, adding the plate made it 100% more user-friendly. I'm not too worried about the components, to be honest with you. I know some of you guys are going to say, oh geez, that's a wet environment, that's going to fail. I work in manufacturing and we use stuff like this all the time. And wet environments, they are rated for wet environments. I wouldn't submerge the thing in water for weeks on end, but a little bit of rain or something like that isn't going to make a difference. So I'm pretty confident that that's going to hold up pretty well for me. Underneath, we have a 3,500 pound torsion axle. So it is rated for 65 mile-an-hour highway speeds. I did not tow it home. Bobby didn't want me to. He wasn't sure, so he didn't really want me to tow it that far. So I trailered it, which wasn't a big deal. It trailered really well, but I'm sure that it would tow just fine if you needed to. And mine does have the swing away hitch, which is not standard as of yet. Right now the pin's out of it because I don't want anybody to drive away with this, and I'm just going to make it as difficult as possible. But in all honesty, I mean, we're in my front yard right now. This isn't my wood yard. So every part of my yard is a wood yard because I have a problem saying no. So whenever somebody calls me and they're like, hey, I got some wood, do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And then I end up with just piles of wood everywhere. But eventually, hopefully, I'm going to get all this cleaned up and we'll have a yard. But for the time being, we're going to get it split out here. But like I was saying, this is my front yard, and I don't want somebody to drive away with this thing. So if I can make it more difficult by having to pin out of that tongue, that's what I'm going to do. Realistically speaking, 99% of everybody that drives down this road has no idea what that is when they see it from the road. I don't want to lose it. I'm going to keep it, and that's the short of it. So I want to show you how adjustable this wedge is and how to do it, and we're going to run it today. I'm going to try to get this stuff here split up. Got some big rounds, and we're still making wood for me next year. I've got 2 baskets staged, and this is my work triangle, and then I've got a garbage can right here that works out perfect for the junk. when it gets full, I just slide it off into there and burn it up. I've got a pretty good pile of it on fire right now as we speak. So it's also sporting a 17-ton splitting force. Hasn't been a problem. Haven't found anything I wouldn't split. I have had to change how I split. Some of the crotchier stuff, you gotta kind of pick your way around it, and maybe we'll get into something today. It doesn't look like it. Everything's pretty straightforward over there, but you just kind of chip away at it. You can't just go after it, that's for sure. If you got an ugly crotchy piece or a big knot, you're not going right through the center of it. You got to work your way around it, but you will get through it. And 17 tons of like real world force, not just 17 tons tractor supply, 40 ton, you know what I'm saying. So either way, let's get this thing fired up. Oh yeah, you know what else? One other thing that I forgot to mention is that I'm little. Well, I'm not little, but I'm short, and I can reach the throttle from the operator side, which is fantastic. I don't have to walk around the machine to idle it down, idle it up. So if I'm in between or I got to go get some rounds, I can just idle it down, go do what I got to do, come back, throttle it back up, no big deal. So pretty sweet. I can start it from this side of the machine as well. So there's the throttle. We're going to run the throttle about halfway, full choke, turn the key. And that's it, she's running. So before you do anything, you're going to want to turn the valve to off like I showed you earlier in the switches. And so you can run this down, go into manual, put it down wherever you think you're going to need it. Loosen this nut up right there, slide the box down. So now the wedge will stop whenever it gets to there. So I'll come over here, I'm going to put it back in auto, go up, and that's it. So if all of your wood was that length, the stroke is just shortened up that much. Pretty sweet. So I don't know, I cut everything at 16 inches and I don't know where that is, so we'll run the log lift up. Obviously, I've got to move it, so go back into the off position so nothing moves, so it stays the work. That looks about right. Now, every time it comes up, that's what it is every time. Gotta put it back in auto. Well, I don't see this very often. That tree was full of metal. So there is some nails and looks like some fence over here. Some more nails up there. Nails everywhere in here. So I don't know how I didn't hit that with the saw. Pretty lucky there, but pretty interesting. You guys saw how big that round was. Well, there's another one. So that is, see the hole. I mean, that's a good probably 8 inches into the center there, and that's where the metal was. That's why that's rotten in the middle. How long ago did that get put there? Holy smoke. Either way, let's get back to splitting. Here's the woodhound, Doodle 1, Doodle 2. My helper's out here. That one's a thief. She steals firewood. It's all over my yard. She just chews on it and then leaves it and comes and gets another piece. All wood birch vertical did a fantastic job today. 1 tote full. This tote's got a little bit in it, and all the rounds that I had staged are gone, the big ones. Those were a good 24 inches across, and like you guys saw, there's a bunch of metal. I separated all that out because I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to burn that in the boiler because I don't, sometimes I dump the ashes in with like the garden, or sometimes I've dumped them with the bedding out of the chicken coop and like composting it, and I don't want to drive on it and eventually end up with a flat tire in the tractor. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. May try to get the wood out or the metal out of it, but I'm sure that's not going to work out very well. So I don't know what to do exactly, but I'll figure something out. But either way, the all wood birch vertical is a pretty sweet system. So I am really loving having a vertical splitter. I'm sure if you were to buy any of the big three, because I think there's big three players now. You got all wood, you got Easton Made, and you'll have the Wolf Ridge. Those are the big names that you're going to know, and I think you'll be happy with it. And there's others. There's Split Force. There's Split Fire makes one. I mean, there's a lot of them. But a vertical splitter for a one-man operation, don't think you can go wrong. So all in all, good day of splitting. I've got probably 40 or so minutes into filling that tote with moving cameras around and stuff like that. Not that I really care how fast I go. I'm just out here enjoying myself. It's a nice Sunday afternoon, and it's a good day to split. So either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're enjoying watching the all wood birch vertical in action. If you want anything like specific or need to want to know anything specific, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll let you guys know. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. We'll see you. Get out of the dirt. Hey, my God, you're never going to go in the house. What are you going to do? Doodle crew. I'll tell you what. If you've never owned a doodle, get a couple. They're entertaining.